Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new vid of Fox Tracks. Today we're checking out a brand new vid from Pika Magic about turning Digimon Tamers into gym leaders with Con EX. Let's hop in and see just which of
Let's take the
these
Tamers
folks
from Digimon
is
Tamers
what
and turn them into
Pokemon.
gym leaders.
Let's go!
Hey everyone, Brandon here. And yes, we have yet another installment of giving Digimon characters their own gym leader teams.
Awesome.
If you missed the previous two videos we did on this, where we did the Digidestined from Digimon Adventure
Hold on. Oh, damn it. Give me a moment. And we're back.
and Digimon Adventure 02, make sure to go check that out right here. But this video wouldn't be complete
already
without our
checked out
partner
those
in crime,
videos.
Karn EX.
Brandon, I thought we talked about this. No more summoning me.
No, you said no more teleporting you through portals. This time I just teleported you here.
Whatever, I
Alright,
guess.
fine.
More gym leader teams?
More gym
I'm
leader
surprised you didn't
teams.
just go
Alright,
Digigate,
let's
open,
get to it then.
kind of thing.
Before we get into the Tamers teams, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with future videos. And you know the drill by now, there will be a video over on Karn's channel, which will be the inverse
already
of this,
checked
where
it
he
out
will
and
be giving the
reacted to
Ho
it.
and gym leaders their own Digimon partners. So make sure to go check that out. Alright, so to start us off is Henry. For Henry, we have chosen the
yeah.
normal type. And I tried to avoid
really?
similarities between him and Willis's team from the previous
okay.
video, but some overlap was inevitable given they have the exact same Digimon partner. So starting
This
Henry's
makes
team
sense.
would be Diggersby, which is a visual reference to Gargamon. Visually, these two just match up very well and have the
Very
same kind
obvious.
of gruff rabbit aesthetic. And I know, Terriermon is supposed to be a dog and not a rabbit, so for
Yeah.
Henry's next team member we have Stoutland. The Stoutland line is based on
Oh.
Yorkshire Terriers and Scottish Terriers, so this
I like
perfectly
it.
reflects the terrier part of the Terriermon line. The combo
Alright.
of Stoutland and Diggersby encapsulates the whole idea of Terriermon looking like a lop rabbit, yet being a dog Digimon. I did
Yeah, alright,
both,
it
so
fits.
comments section, you got nothing on me.
Ah,
Ooh, yikes.
famous last words.
Next up would be Cinchino. Its general appearance reflects the cuteness of Terriermon, with its
True.
big ears and scarf-like fur, referring to how Terriermon will sometimes cuddle up with its ears like a scarf or blanket. Henry's
Cute.
ace would be Beware. This refers to
Yeah, I
how
can see
Henry's
that.
sister Susie treats Terriermon like a stuffed animal,
Ow.
with Stuffle being inspired by teddy bears and its name coming from stuffed and full. Also, Beware's face kind of looks like the shoulder cannons on Mega Gargamon.
Yeah,
kinda.
I see it.
Rika, we decided, will
see
be
it.
a fire type gym leader. You could definitely make a
She is
case
a
for her
hothead.
being a fighting type gym leader or maybe even a psychic one, but I think fire Pokemon overall fit Rika best. The
is a
team would
hothead,
consist of
like I
Ninetales,
just
a
said.
pretty easy reference to her Cubimon, both being a reference to the Kyubi no Kitsune, a legendary fox in Japanese
it's obvious.
mythology.
Very
Then she would
obvious
have a
fit.
Salazzle. This is a bit of a jokey pick as Renamon is very popular in the furry
yes,
community and
he
Salazzle is Salazzle. Plus it just adds some diversity to Rika's team
Okay,
while keeping
moving
a
on.
feminine but strong aura. Her third Pokemon will be Flareon, again for variety, but
Obvious.
also to tie into the quadrupedal evolutions in Renamon's line, like Viximon and Cubimon. And
Cute.
finally, Rika's ace will be Delphox. Another type of fox, admittedly the Fennec this time, to keep the fox and Kitsune elements we have threaded throughout, but also
Alright,
to add in
very
some
obvious.
mystical / spiritual elements of the rest of Renamon's Digivolution line.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Tao and Shinto
Yeah,
powers
like
of specifically Taomon and Sakuyamon, I think finding some common ground with the European witchcraft
Yeah.
of Delphox. Sakuyamon and Delphox also both get their names from prominent female spiritual figures, the Konohana Sakuyahime and the Oracle of Delphi, respectively.
Hold on, folks. Alright, we're back.
Of Henry's sister, Susie. Susie was a tough one because she has Terriermon's counterpart, Lopmon,
Lopmon.
for her partner Digimon. And with the normal type being taken by Henry, we had to get creative with her team. So we decided to go with the fairy type to reflect
Hmm. yeah,
her
I can
general
see that.
bubbly demeanor and her love of all things cute and cuddly. Starting
Alright,
off
I
Susie's
see it.
team would be Wigglytuff. This pick is a visual homage to the
Obvious.
good forms of Antilamon and Cherubimon. The coloration fits and Wigglytuff is inspired by moon rabbits from Chinese folklore. Next on her
Alright,
team
I
would be
fully get it.
Clefable. This pick is for the exact same reasons as Wigglytuff. I mean, I said picking her team was hard, okay? Clefable is actually an additional reference to Susie treating Terriermon like a stuffed animal, because Clefairy is the basis of the Pokédolls, which are seen throughout the Pokemon franchise.
yeah.
After that would be Dedenne. Lopmon and
Obvious.
Dedenne share some visual similarities,
Dedenne!
and Bonnie from the X and Y anime, who has a Dedenne for her partner, kind of serves the same role as Susie does in Tamers. So
is
there's a
really
tenuous
cute.
connection there. Susie's ace would be Togekiss.
Togekiss.
Okay, so hear
Okay.
me out. Kokomon and Lopmon have 3 horns. The entire Togepi line also has 3 horns. That's all I got. Did I mention imagine that it was hard to pick her team?
Coming in next with Jerry,
Yes, we
she
hear
will
you.
be a
Alright,
ghost-type gym leader. Don't get
Really?
mad at me, you knew this was coming.
Oh.
Yes, spoilers for Digimon Tamers, a show which, by the way, is 21 years old at this
Is
point.
that
You've had time
because
to watch
Leomon
it. Jerry's
gets
Leomon
peels?
and Mum, to be fair, oof, both die in that season, and the D-Reaper creates some truly ghastly imagery using Jerry and her puppet, so I think it makes sense she
Oh,
would be a ghost-type
God,
gym
that is
leader.
actually
But if you're
ugly.
gonna blame someone, blame Brandon for that harshness. As such, we have given Jerry a
Brandon!
Mimikyu, this matching the puppet she uses throughout the season, and of course that one iconic terrifying scene with said puppet. Then Rotom, this electric ghost type referencing how when Leomon dies, Jerry's Digivice screen turns to static. The connection between her and Leomon severed, leaving at most a ghost in the machine. Then to double down on that
Ghost in the
sadness,
machine.
she will have Hisui and Zoroark as a direct
that was something
reference
they
to
could
her
have done.
Leomon. Zoroark is also based on the Kitsune, like Ninetales, so it's not a lion, but I think there is a close enough bestial
fits.
connection for this to work.
Not
In addition to the
exactly,
fact
but it
that,
does fit.
well, Hisui and Zoroark and Leomon are both kinda dead. And finally, her
Kinda,
ace will be
kinda.
Hisuian Typhlosion, keeping that theme from Hisuian Zoroark going, but also as Typhlosion is a third stage evolution, Zoroark being a second stage evolution, we could consider this an allusion to the Grap Leomon and Saber Leomon Jerry's Leomon could become on the D-Power version 3 Digivice,
Could have
but
become.
sadly never became in show.
Yeah.
Wow, what a sad set of picks that was.
Very sad.
After Jerry, we have Kenta, whose partner Digimon was Marine Angemon. So for him, we are going
Yeah,
to
he
play
got
into
like
the
an
Marine part of his
ultimate
partner's
level
name and give him
automatically.
the Water type. Kenta's team was probably the
you
easiest to
have to
pick because
Digivolve.
water-based Digimon and water-type Pokemon generally pull from the same inspirations, so my
True.
explanations for each of these
True.
will probably be a little simple. So, for Kenta's first team member, we have Lantern, which is the closest thing
Okay.
we have to a Dolphin Pokemon, so of course this refers to Dolphmon, the champion
Yeah,
level
alright,
form
I
of
can see
Marine
that.
Angemon. Next up would be Wailord, which of course refers to Whammon, the ultimate level Digimon of the Marine Angemon line. They're both whales. Next up is
I didn't hear
Alomomola.
his
This
joke. I
is a
was talking
visual
over him.
homage to Marine Angemon. Other options that could have worked for this are Love Disc, Gorbis, Frillish, and Milotic. Any of those Pokemon could work for this slot, but we ultimately decided Alomomola was the closest. For Kenta's ace, we have Empoleon, which is a reference to Marine Angemon's rookie form, Penguinmon. Like I
Oh.
said, Water Pokemon and Water Digimon are pretty one-to-one.
And then we
Yeah.
have Kazu, whose Digimon partner is Gardramon, a former Andromon, so he of
Gotcha.
course will be a Steel-type gym leader. His team would consist
Cool.
of Togedemaru to match up with Kapurimon, the pretty much de facto Metal Empire in training Digimon, but specifically to Kazu, Gardramon de-digivolved to Kapurimon after the D-Reaper was defeated, and Kapurimon as well as all the other Digimon were forced to return to the digital world. Then Klinklang, a pretty clear parallel to Gardramon's rookie Haguramon. We
Bing.
chose Klinklang over its pre-evolutions just because it would make sense for the likely
Yeah,
levels
I mean,
that
just
Kazu's
fits.
gym team would be at. Then we'll have Durant as a reference to another prominent Gardramon pre-evolution, Kakuamon, but a Kakuamon did
yeah.
also show up in Digimon Tamers Battle of Adventurers. I will say very briefly that it is a
Alright,
huge shame that
cool.
Golett and Golurk are not at least partly Steel type, because they would be such a good Gardramon
They would
reference, but
just
we're
straight up
sticking to the
plug
typings of the
right
gym here,
into
we're not
that
deviating.
spot.
And finally, his ace will be Magnezone. It has some visual evocation of Haguramon, but also has a similar bulk to Gardramon. It might
Nice.
seem a little odd, but it really is our
you kinda
best
read
pick, I
them more like
think.
an Andromon.
Regular gym leaders, aka like not rematches or appearances outside of their gym, like Black and White 2, or like anime and manga appearances, tend not to have mythicals or legendaries on their team. If they did, I would very much so like to use Melmetal in this case. I think acting as a good
yeah,
steel
maybe.
type
I could see
Pokemon,
that.
and also being a kind of similar visual matchup to Gardramon and kind of even Andromon, I guess. But Magnezone works
kinda.
well in its stead.
After Kazu, we have Ryo, whose partner
Here we
Digimon
go.
is Cyberdramon, and he would be a Dark-type gym leader. This
Ooh, I
generally
could see
fits the
that.
vibe of him and his partner Digimon. As a sort of honorable
definitely
mention, we
see
have
that.
Alice, who could also serve as the Dark-type gym leader, but Ryo is more of a major character in Tamers than she is, so... But
Yeah.
Alice would of course have a Houndoom on her team to reference her Doberman. But to start
Mm-hmm.
Ryo's team, we would have Sableye. This is a visual
Ooh.
homage to Monodramon, Cyberdramon's rookie
Oh, yeah,
form.
the
They're both
color.
that kind of
I see that.
faded bluish purple, and Monodramon even has a sort of gem-like protrusion on its forehead. After that would be Bisharp, which reflects Justamon almost perfectly, as well as it also shares some visual similarities with Cyberdramon, mainly the coloration and the whole protruding metal thing going on. Next would be Crocodile. It's a large bipedal dark reptile. I think this fits as a description for Cyberdramon, Cyberdramon's champion level form, and Crocodile. So there's that. Rio's ace would be Hydreigon. It's a dark dragon Pokemon. How can I not feature it on his team? This is, of course, a reference to Cyberdramon and Devydramon, with them all having those kind of tattered wings and general dark aesthetic. Now that I'm thinking about it, it'd be kind of cool to see Cyberdramon digivolve rather than Justamon into like more of like a techie dark version of Hydramon, rather than that plant aesthetic it has. It could have more of like a dark metallic like metal Hydramon or something like that. That would be cool. I'm just saying that would be freaking sick.
Kind of cool. Pause, and we're back.
And then we have Takato, who of course would continue the traditions of Goggleheads and be a Dragon-type gym leader. His team will be quite straightforward with visual homages to the Guilmon line, but we'll begin with Turtonator, who is a Gogglehead staple in these videos at this point, and of course also a fire dragon turtle. Its turtle inspiration doesn't really match up to anything in the Guilmon line, but I do think there are some similarities between the black spikes on its back and the digital hazard. Plus, Guilmon likes food. Turtonator is possibly a dragon fruit. Can you feel these straws being grasped? Then Takato will have a Dredagon, which visually resembles Guilmon, at least with its headpiece. And interestingly, its shiny form has a yellowy orange headpiece, which matches up really nicely with the yellow Growlmon variant. Then Takato will have Tyrantrum for our closer Growlmon reference, both being red and having what appears to be white fur around their necks. Then, and finally, Takato's ace will be Garchomp, to match up with War Growlmon. While not the same color palette, they both have large arm blades and sort of fins on their back, which adds to their mobility and combat prowess. Garchomp and War Growlmon also have name etymology inspired by ancient creatures, specifically their Japanese names. Garchomp's Japanese name is Gabarias, coming from Gabu meaning bite, and Carcharius, a type of prehistoric shark. And then War Growlmon's Japanese name is Megalogrowlmon, coming from growl and the Megalosaurus, a genus of large carnivorous dinosaurs. I think the only thing we're really missing from Takato's team is a reference to Megidramon and Gallantmon. The sort of night Pokemon aren't dragon types, unfortunately. And for Megidramon, we have like Charizard, which also isn't a dragon type.
Lastly, as a sort of honorable mention, we have Ai and Mako, who are Impmon's tamers, who we will be giving Tate and Liza's team, because twins. And those are all the teams for the characters from Digimon Tamers.
Let us know if you agree with our picks or what you would have done differently. And if you enjoyed this video, please do come and check out my video, where me and Brandon will be giving the Hoenn Gym Leaders Digimon partners with full Digivolution lines.
And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep up to date with future videos on this channel. And with that, we will see you guys next time.
And with that, that's where we're going to end off today's video. So, I want y'all to remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more. Down in the description will be a link to the original videos, so remember to support the original creator and all they do. And I'll see all of you folks in the next video. Have a good one.